Land. Hello in TV Land. It's your boy Freelancer Joe, ready to once again get cracking. Now, okay, yeah, see, so today the shortened fingernails did not help with that. Ooh, and today's flavor of choice is lime. Before I go into my whole long-winded spiel / diatribe, it's not a dialogue because it's actually a monologue, but diatribe was the word that I meant to use. Let me go ahead and set things up. And actually, before I even go into my diatribe, escape, I will take this opportunity to ask, how y'all doing today? Doing good? Fine? Wonderful? Fantastic? Hopefully all of the above. And I'm going through my normal routine of setting things up and minimizing myself first, that you are not overly distracted by my stunning and opulent visage. And I don't know if you can use those words in combination, but if you can't, you should now, because I'm referencing myself. Start the editor, start that, bring that up. Yeah, so doing good and fine? Great. It is gorgeous outside today. Clear blue skies, slight breeze, cool, leaves changing color. Oh, I hope you did enjoy those pictures that I put in, the 2 pictures that I took. See, today is the kind of day I would have taken the pictures, and those would have been the better ones to show up because it's a nice contrast with the red and the blue, and the yellow and the blue, as opposed to red and gray. It's just a little dreary, but it's still evocative of fall. Those of you who have experienced fall, of course, know what I'm talking about. Specifically, fall in the northern portions of America, the great and wonderful and awesome and bestest. Okay, we got the editor going, and now we're going to go with Firefox. Yes, as I was talking about LaCroix and lime, not my favorite flavor. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but at my office, the office gets the bulk packages, which contains 2 6-packs of lime, 1 6-pack of lemon, and 1 6-pack of pamplemousse, or grapefruit, if you have, shall we say, stronger wrists than the French. At least I assume it's French. And, yeah, nobody in my office apparently likes the lime. Now, I don't know if it's the actual taste, or if it's just because of the perceived lack of rarity, because, you know, the human mind is a funny thing. So maybe they see, ooh, there's only 6 of the lemons and 6 of the grapefruit, so we'll go with the grapefruit. Well, we'll go with those. But no, the actual order, hierarchy of preferences is the grapefruit, then the lemon, and then the lime. So Freelancer Joe has had to resort to, 1, taking over responsibility of stocking the refrigerator, and 2, making sure that the limes are put all the way in the front, and that people have to go out of their way if they really, really want the other ones. And that has kind of solved the problem. Well, not necessarily the problem, because once they clear a path to the ones in the back, they go straight for the ones in the back, ignoring the ones in the front. Starting up the sidebar template. So yeah, it's kind of funny. But based on just those 3 flavors alone, that would not have been enough to get me hooked on LaCroix. As I mentioned before, it is the coconut. The coconut is the one that did it for me. But since it opened my taste buds to the wonderfulness of LaCroix, I can now down them all, although I do still have my hierarchy. I think my hierarchy is coconut, mango, peach, pear, and then it's the cran raspberry and passion fruit are kind of tied at there, and then the grapefruit, and then the lemon, and then the lime. Although now I will not sneer my nose at any of them. But I'm sure you know what I'm asking. Well, Freelancer Joe, how come you have lime if you do not like lime? Not that I don't like lime, but it is not my preferred choice. And I will tell you in just a second as soon as we take a look at this. Alright, this is up. This is good. Let's see what the first warning is. It's probably, as with the other ones, the top bar. And we go up here, and the first one is two children, tooltip, icon, key, and top bar. See, this is the benefit of Freelancer Joe constantly repeating this because he starts to ingrain it mentally. But to answer your wonderful question about me, that's why it's wonderful. Well, because Freelancer Joe had to work, doesn't have to, but chose to work for as long as he is going to be working for this week, and starting last week, to make up time I missed while I switched between the first person and the third perspective. I haven't made up my mind if I'm going to be conceited enough to continually speak in the third person. No doubt I'm worth it. Clearly I'm worth it. But whether or not I choose to do that is debatable. Alright. Anyway, so normally my schedule is I put in extra hours at the beginning of the week so that I can take off, or I have a half day on Friday. Let me see. That means, based on the time that I go into work, that I can leave really early, about the same time that lots of people are actually, the late arrivers are filtering into the office. That means I can take care of my grocery shopping around just a little bit before lunch. And Freelancer Joe likes that because, let me see, what are you complaining about? You were complaining about tooltip. Okay, alright. So this is basically using the URL, probably for these guys, as part of the key for the tooltip, but it needs to be unique. Okay, so that's easy. Yeah, so, what was it? Toolbar? Top bar? Oh, I need to look at the right folder. Right, so I'm usually at the grocery store by like 11 o'clock, and that's great because I can avoid the lunch crowd, because lots of people do lunch on Fridays, and other people leave work early on Fridays in the afternoon, so they might take care of their shopping too, and so I can avoid the crowds, and Freelancer Joe does not like the crowds. And also because the parking is better. Not that the parking is bad. There's always plenty of spots. It's just that the drivers do not seem to be, how shall I put it, taking what I would consider to be the appropriate cautions in a grocery store shopping lot in conjunction with very tight spaces. The number of people that just go tearing through that place. Anyway, so by going there earlier, I of course can avoid that. Why are you so slow? I need to check to see if I can bump up the memory settings. I'm almost certain I did when I initially set up the VirtualBox, so I don't know why it's so lucky. Anyway, so yeah, Freelancer Joe does his grocery shopping early Friday pre-afternoon. Late morning, I guess, is probably the correct word to say. But because I worked a full day on Friday, I could not do that. So I had to stop at Walmart early Saturday morning before I went to work. Thankfully, the Walmart is 24 hours. Alright, okay, so top bar's gone, so now we are on bottom bar. Alright, React does not recognize the show label. Okay, so this is again because I was using what was I using? I was using the bottom navigation component when I shouldn't be using it. And just to verify what the fix for that was, I'm almost certain it's just using... No, it's presentational. Just switch from bottom navigation to div. Yeah, so I stopped at Walmart to do my shopping in the morning. Yeah, it's just div. Well, not to do what shopping I could. It's not the best Walmart. But at least they do have LaCroix now, but unfortunately, one, their supply and selection is variable and often quite limited. And this is the case, they only had lime. So I am not going to say stuck with lime, but I am, yeah, no, I'm stuck with lime. So we get rid of the div here. And we'll go ahead and remove the usage of, I probably didn't do this in the other one either. So let's see if that takes care of that. Yeah, so stuck with lime. And actually I made kind of a mistake. I thought I had enough food. Since I was sick, I was ordering out a lot, as my stomach could have attested to. So I thought I had enough of my normal dietary foods left over. But it turns out I don't. I'm going to be short one day. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, no. So now, yeah, that show label error warning is gone. And so now we're back to 2 children with the same key. Again, tooltip. And the reason that same warning is appearing twice is because for the sidebar template, I actually have social links in 2 places. I have them at the top and the bottom. A little redundant, perhaps, but rather than having the user kind of scroll up or down, you know, it's there. It's their choice. And I think some people like having multiple ways of doing the same thing. I'm not really a fan of it because I think it gets hard to keep track of. But, well, I'm working for a client, hopefully, eventually at some point, and my mission, my job, is to accomplish their vision. So, you know what they say, the client is always right, or customer is always right. That's not really true, but it's the correct default attitude to have until they've demonstrated that they are clearly wrong. In which case, then you have to stand up for your self-dignity. Alright, so that should just be fixing the bottom bar links. Alright, Freelancer, Google, okay, right. Yeah, so I've got a shortfall, so I think maybe I have to go back to Wally World tomorrow morning. Wally World, that's how I refer to Walmart. And I don't take credit for that. I took it from, what website was it? View from the porch, I think? Tamara Keel, a gun blogger. She has a good amount of snark. I like her. But yeah, Wally World. And to pick up some food to supplement some nutritionally appropriate food. I think I'll probably just get some salad. Now, I have to be careful about that. My personal preference would be like a bag of spinach or some kale, perhaps. But, and I have to thank my family for this, Freelancer Joe actually can get hit with the gout. And unlike most people, it's not like meat or internal organs or alcohol that does it. It's actually dark greens. If I eat too many dark greens, that'll do it. It's really weird. I was unaware that that was a possibility, but it turns out it is. I have the weeks of pain when it happens to prove it. Alright, so the home view is fine. No warnings. Awesome. So how about, oh, let's see what the sidebar does. Alright, no warnings in the sidebar. Nice. Let's see if we navigate back to the same view, if we still have that warning. We should. Yeah. History cannot push. Alright, so history. That was view container, which, if I remember correctly, all I did was put a check. Let's see if that, I may have moved it around the location and pushed it into the sidebar, but I might not have. Let's see, home view, fine. We'll leave sidebar open for now. Oh, this guy still has bottom bar too. We'll clean up the imports too while we're at it. Well, some of them. Alright, no. So it's still here. Do I want to try it from memory? Do I want to try my fix from memory? No. See, that sort of thing, when you think you're smarter, when you tend to think that you're smart, is when you make the mistakes. The solution exists, don't recreate it. Just reuse it. Alright, so as we can see here, I believe we can just copy the entire thing. Oh yeah, Wally World. What am I going to buy? I think I'll buy, I'll probably buy a bag of spring grains. Basically, I want something that no caloric impact, but bulk. Because I've been using what have I been using? I've been using broccoli, frozen broccoli, which, okay, when I say dark greens, I mean dark leafy greens. And really cool thing is shirataki noodles. These are mushroom noodles made from, I guess, shirataki mushrooms, and they have like no carbs, no calories, 10 calories for the entire thing. They smell a little funky at first, and they don't have the very same texture as noodles, real noodles, but they are a very good substitute. And also pickles too. I've been using that as something to make me feel full without having too many calories. But I am out of, I'll run out of broccoli, I'll run out of noodles, and I'm run out of pickles by tomorrow. So I need another substitute. And unfortunately, I can't depend on that Wally World to have all of those things. Alright, so history, location, props, defensive check. Okay, I do not need location again. That was redundant. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the routes, home, view 1, v2, v3 are exactly the same, so I don't need that. And we only do the transition if it passes the check, because that's also the only time we do the push. Alright, that's fine. Ugh, but in the meantime, talking about food is making me hungry even more. Figures, naturally. It's not surprising, though. I mean, this is what... I'm going to say day 3 of me being back on the diet. So, of course, it's kicking in. I really kind of wish it would only get to this point on, say... Why are you so slow? On Wednesday, because then I just have to suffer through Thursday and Friday. I guess maybe mentally I still feel like it's Thursday. I feel like it's Wednesday, because I thought yesterday, or my body felt like yesterday was Tuesday, even though it was only Monday. Unfortunately, at least today is a training rest day, which means I can just sit and feel hungry. Alright, view, no, navigate to the same one, and cool. So that warning is gone. So it's all becoming like clockwork now. The worst thing you want to do is think. Well, that's not true either. You don't want to think. Oh wow, there are no errors and wow, no warnings. Looks like we might finish early today. Maybe. View 2. No warnings. View 3. No warnings. Wow. Am I better than I thought I was? That's kind of hard to believe considering how great I think I am. Alright, so now Now, what we will do is build the distributable and double check to make sure it comes up in Chrome. So first you start off with Chrome. All right. Oh man, so you're probably wondering, what is my normal dietary meal? That was quick. NVM run build. All right, so we got the shirataki noodles. I mix in some tofu. Um, On days that I train, 2 turkey burger patties, just the patties, and pickles. On days that I don't train, instead of the turkey burgers, I go with tuna and canned tuna. But my secret ingredient is actually coconut oil. About, I want to say 4 to 5 teaspoons. That way I kind of get most of my calories from fat, which, since I have no carbohydrates and only a minimal amount of protein, oh, and on training days I also do a protein shake, that in theory anyway keeps me low enough that my body is not consuming enough calories to gain weight or prevent weight loss, but also steering my body towards trying to burn fat calories instead. But of course, based on that, I need bulk in order to feel full, at least for a short while, because, and depending on the day, I might actually be hungry by the time I go to bed. I'm definitely hungry when I wake up in the morning. But hunger is not a bad thing. A very nice focusing effect most of the time. As I get towards the end of the week, it becomes more of a distraction. But hey, looking this good, you know, it costs a heavy price. It bears a toll. I know I make it look easy, but it takes effort. Running the distributable. I don't believe I need these anymore. Let's go ahead and close these out. And while we're waiting for it to finish, let's go ahead and go back into the, what is this, the sidebar folder? Yeah, I'm hoping I'll be able to get it all tested and built. That was foolish. That was foolish. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to set the log level to warning only. So I'll have to do that again. Sorry. Well, apologizing when really, thank you for bearing with me after I make that, after I have that oversight. Okay, come on. Build the distributable again. I was contemplating why I'm having such a hard time saying distributable all the time. I don't have problems with B's in general. B, Brook, Bible, Babble, Bother. What is another good B word? Border. I already said Bible, so I was going to say biblical again, but that's, wow. It just occurred to me that I might not be enunciating loud enough. I hope I am. Binder, blue, beyond, bounce, ball, basketball. That's kind of a repeat. Badminton. I'm going into sports now. Bounty. Beautiful. I say beautiful a lot, especially when I'm talking about my honey bunny. And I actually suspect that's why I have such a hard time with distributable, because it's the beautiful part, and my mind and mouth thinks I'm saying beautiful. And that's why I get tripped up. Not that I'm blaming my honey bunny. I'm blaming my endless admiration for her. It's not really my fault. Ugh, this build is so slow. Build, other B word. Brown, that's color. Bark, I'm looking at a tree right now. Box, virtual box. Let me see. Bar, sidebar. All these B's. You know, while it's doing that, it's going to be a close one. I don't think I'm able to do it. The upload to Amazon. So we'll spend like Uh, really, it would only take 5 minutes to do it tomorrow, but alright, let's see. Alright. I didn't click on that, I clicked on this. Alright, no, it's not parallax. Sidebar. Dist. Open with other application. And we'll go with Firefox first. Ooh, it's Halloween. Almost Halloween. I'll have to remember to turn off all the lights and close all the blinds. Oh, I cannot imagine what the dogs are going to be like tomorrow. Not my dogs, the neighbor's dogs. Alright, as we can see, this is all looking pretty good. No warning there. No warning for the double navigation. No warning for view 1. No warning for view 2. No warning for view 3. Alright. However, you will notice we've got this little white bar here, which I suspect if I go into Chrome, because Chrome is going to complain about the missing style sheet, which just happened with my other 3 templates. But I want to double check first. I did say Chrome, right? Okay, yes, I did. Let's see. More tools. Developer tools. Alright, style sheet not found. That's interesting that it does that. So let's go ahead and copy that style sheet into the dist folder. Copy, sidebar, dist, paste. Alright, and let's clear this, refresh this. We should just have the icon missing, right? And it fills up better. Let's double check to make sure none of the other things are not. Okay. View 1. View 2. No warnings. View 3. No warnings. Nice. And let's double check with Firefox to see if that fixed the style thing. Yep, nice. Yeah, we are just about at the 30-minute mark. So one thing I will do is I'll go ahead and commit the changes. And we'll have to do the upload tomorrow and one final check. And then I'll have to figure out what the next thing to do is. I mean, I could do it off camera. Maybe I should. Actually, I really should. But, I gotta admit, this is it's Tuesday, so they just did the Destiny 2 reset, weekly reset, and this is the last week for Festival of Lost. And I still have one more triumph to complete, as well as starting the new exotic quest that they added in. Morning cleanup. So, we're coming up on the holiday season. I can slack off a little bit, even though I did have those previous 2 weeks where I was slacking off. So, well. At least I will always have content and entertainment for you, and we are pushed, and we are about at the 30-minute mark. So I'm going to wrap this one up for now. Thank you for joining me. Cool kid words about liking and subscribing, commenting and suggesting. I think that's the right order. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of the day or night, if this is when you choose to watch it, or when it finishes uploading anyway, and you choose to watch it. And I hope that you'll join me next time, and until then, that you take care and God bless.